Hello everyone. Now today we're going to start a new chapter in The Prisoner of Zenda by Anthony Hope. The Prisoner of Zenda is one of the greatest novels and movies ever. It's very interesting and full of many adventure stories. As you can see, we have got here many characters in our story. But the most important person here is our hero. This is Rodolph Rassendil, a normal person who is going to face a problem that one day he will be asked to act like a real king when his brother, Duke Michael, tries to throw his brother away from the throne. Let's revise quickly the events of the story. As you can see, this adventure has just started when two of the king's kind soldiers or servants, Sapt and Fritz, met a person who was sitting under the tree in the forest before the day of the coronation of the king, and he looked exactly like the king. So they invited him to have a supper with the king, and the king unfortunately kept drinking, and he ate a cake that was sent by his brother Duke Michael. For his bad luck, he didn't know that his brother had planned to throw him away from the throne, and unfortunately, the king wasn't able to wake up to attend the coronation. So Sapt and Fritz suggested that Rodolph would act like the real king, and yes, Rodolph went to Strelso to attend the coronation, to save the king, and to stop Duke Michael's plan, um, who wanted to harm his brother. Unfortunately, after the coronation finished, Sapt and Rodolph went back to save the king and get him back to Strelso. However, when they went back, they couldn't find the king in the underground room. In chapter 5 today, it starts that Sapt suggests that the Duke's men have taken the king as a prisoner. This, of course, troubled Rodolph, okay? But Sapt tried to calm Rodolph by saying that Black Michael cannot harm the king, and he suggested that they should go back to Strelso, which means that Rodolph has to play the role of the king again. While you're reading, try to answer this question, please. Why do you think Duke Michael couldn't accuse Rassendale of being a fake king? In fact, we have the answer here. Duke Michael couldn't accuse Rassendale of being a fake king because he cannot confess to his people that this man wasn't the king, as he cannot say or tell them that he has taken the real king as a prisoner and that he had murdered his servants. Now, when they decided to go back to Strelso, as this was the only way to save the king, it seemed that they are going to play a dangerous game with Duke Michael, but they hope that they are going to win at the end of this game. While Sapt and Rodolph were leaving and going back to Strelso, they have seen some of Black Michael's men, and they were probably coming to take the dead body of Joseph, the servant who has been looking after the king. Now we have got two questions here. How did Sat and Rassendale revenge on Joseph's death? And why was Rudolph Rassendale's finger hurt? Okay, so while they were leaving, they met some of Black Michael's men, and Sat and Rudolph started to gallop round the house. Gallop means to move with the horses, okay, making the noise of the horses, and they started fighting with the men. Now they have succeeded to kill three of them, but a bullet hit Rudolph's finger and it began to bleed. Now they rode quickly back to Strelso before anyone noticed the absence of the king. Even Fritz, when he woke up, he could not realize that Rudolph was not the real king, so he said, "Your Majesty, you're safe." You might have this as a comment in the exam. Now, Fritz was worried about the king and he asked, "Is the king dead?" But Sat and Rudolph told him that he's not dead and that Black Michael has got him as a prisoner. Fritz told Rudolph and Sat that Black Michael had 6 very dangerous men. Um, 3 of them were from Britannia, and the other 3 men were foreigners, meaning from different countries. Now, Duke Michael had the 3 of them, the foreigners, with him, while he kept 3 Ruritanians to hold the king as prisoner. Rudolph says that although he made some mistakes in his new life as king, he tried to help the king by being by smiling to the people and trying to make the king popular among his people. However, he says that when he met Duke Michael in the princess' house, okay, he could see the anger in his black eyes and notice that the word black here doesn't only reflect the color of Duke Michael's eyes, but it also reflects the darkness of his heart, which reflects his hatred and jealous of his brother. Now, let's recap what we have said and read the summary of chapter 5. Sat and Rudolph were shocked for not finding the king in the underground room. Sat believed that Duke Michael had taken the king as a prisoner, but he could not harm him. He convinced Rudolph to go back to Strelso and act again as the king, as this was the only way to save the king. However, while they were leaving, they fought some of Black Michael's men. 3 men were killed, but a bullet had hit Rudolph's finger. Rudolph tried to help the king by making himself popular with the people. He felt he was playing a game with Black Michael, but waited for him to make his first step.